What is going on? So Six Flags has some interesting news, and this kind of came under the radar here, but according to an article on Screamscape says that Six Flags plans on, or they want to double the attendance for Six Flags Magic Mountain. Double. So in reference, in 2024, I believe it was, 2023, Six Flags Magic Mountain brought in 3.4 million visitors. They want to double that. That means Six Flags Magic Mountain will be getting close to 7 million visitors per year. Is it possible? How would they do this? Plus, there's 5 other parks out there that Six Flags has said they really want to heavily focus on doubling or at least increasing greatly their attendance at those parks as well. So you know what this means? More coasters, more coaster predictions. This is Theme Park Brandon. I'm really glad you're here, and I hope you're having a blessed day. And yes, life is too short. You always got to find a roller coaster to ride. I will ride coasters to the day I cannot, to the day I die. And Six Flags Magic Mountain is a very interesting park here because let's be honest, it has amazing coaster collection. X2, Twisted Colossus, Viper. You know, you have so many other great rides too, like Wonder Woman, Batman the Ride. There's a lot to like what Six Flags could do with this park. And now that Superman's gone and their new flying coaster, it's not really a flying coaster, but it's a Vekoma. It's a new generation. It's a glider coaster, I think they're calling it. It's very interesting. I'm not really sold on it. But anyways, with this park and what we know right now, 2026 is going to be the new coaster. They want to double the attendance. So how can Magic Mountain theoretically double the attendance? I mean, it is in LA. LA is the second largest metro here in America, and it's you're within driving distance from San Francisco, San Diego. Plus, it's a tourist area. Operations obviously has to be the number one priority. You have to run the park like you would a Cedar Point or Kings Island, and multiple trains on the rides. Whether it's 2 trains or at least 3 trains, or at least 2 trains, hopefully 3. On the major rides. And you have to have work on guest satisfaction, the employee friendliness, cleaning up the park, making it not look so old ghetto Six Flags. There's a lot to really kind of take in with this. I'm very intrigued by the statement. It's a very bold statement, mind you. Is it possible? I mean, of course, anything is possible. And according to the article, they don't really specify like the timetable, I don't believe here. It says here, so doubling the attendance of Magic Mountain would be quite a feat if they could squeeze in 7 million guests a year, because they want to double the market penetration rate and double the attendance of Six Flags Magic Mountain in order to bring the park up to or to surpass the attendance level of Knott's Berry Farm. Now, there are rumors about a new regional pass coming out, which if you would buy the add-on for like Knott's Berry Farm, that would include Magic Mountain as well. It would be a cheaper form of a pass than the All Passport Pass. That is alluding to what they're trying to do here, and that is people visiting Knott's Berry Farm would spend an extra day going over to Magic Mountain or buying the annual pass so they can go as much as they want. But the problem is, and that's what I really like what Cedar Fair has done over the years, and in Six Flags as well, but this company's starting to piss me off in a lot of ways just because their expectations are up here, which I get, but they're not making the right decisions to get to up here. They just expect it. And you can't, like, for example, they really expected Great Adventure to have a really good year this year. Well, guess what? It's not. And the reason why is because when you remove Kingda Ka and not give anyone the proper send-off for it, and then you remove Green Lantern and all the flat rides, what do you think is going to happen? People are pissed off. They're not going to want to go to the park. And, stuff like that. So what's interesting for me is the fact that they can want to double the attendance. So I think, honestly, the way they could do this is a huge investment plan into the park. I can see them investing heavily into Hurricane Harbor, heavily into Magic Mountain, obviously. And this means infrastructure mainly. new restaurants, new restrooms, new entertainment, new seasonal festivals, just making the park look fresh as a whole. With this being said, goodbye Viper. I think Viper's on its way out for sure. Park's going to need room for new coasters, and the Viper plot of land is a relatively large plot of land for rides. As of right now, I think X2 is safe. I know in past videos I said I'm on the watch for it. If they remove Kingda Ka, X2 costs a good amount of money to maintain every year as well. But maybe, hopefully, they learned their lesson with taking out Kingda Ka. That if they want to double the attendance of Magic Mountain, then guess what? They're not going to want to remove X2 because that's the main attraction at the park. So what Magic Mountain really needs now that Superman's going to be gone, even though the tower will still stand, they need a ride that's going to dominate the skyline again. And obviously, you have Goliath, and that's a decent hypercoaster, but we all know Magic Mountain needs a giga. So I really could see the giga coaster switching from Knott's, if it was ever going to happen, over to Magic Mountain. And it just makes a lot of sense. Just imagine a giga coaster that features a 400-foot tall drop. I mean, maybe even a strata coaster, because the lift hill could be 300 feet on top of the mountain, in the middle of Magic Mountain, but the drop could drop off of that hillside and making it the longest drop on a lift hill coaster. Food for thought, who knows, but I feel that 2026 will be the big coaster, and then next year will be aggressive as well. Flat ride, maybe a new themed area, retheme area, and then 2029 new coaster, and then every 3 years a new coaster, because there's no timetable for this. But to double the attendance, you're talking at least 10 years minimum, if not even longer. But with a good plan, it could work. Magic Mountain is a fantastic park if things are operating right, and you have all the ingredients that, let's say, Kings Island or Cedar Point would have. But now another interesting piece of this is that they go on to say, as a whole, Six Flags says they are focused on increasing the annual attendance across all their parks by an additional 10 million visitors, with a focus on improving the numbers at 6 key parks. Now, those parks are, obviously, Six Flags Magic Mountain, then Six Flags Great America, Six Flags Great Adventure, Six Flags Over Texas, Six Flags Over Georgia, and Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Now, as Carowinds being my home park, I'm a little bit sad right now. Carowinds should be on this list, but the incompetent management that the park has had the last 3 or 4 years has really kind of made the park fall off the Cedar Fair Six Flags scale of the key parks, I should say. So hopefully down the road it will get back aligning with that, because Charlotte's a major metro and Carowinds has a lot to offer. They don't market it. It's absolutely ridiculous. The guest product isn't as good as it once was or could be, and it's just crazy how Charlotte's a larger city than Cincinnati, and yet we can't even have a park that's half as good as Kings Island, and as far as attendance goes as well. Great America is interesting. Obviously, it's just north of Chicago. They're opening up the Wrath of Rashaza this year. I've always liked Great America. It's a solid park. There's a lot to like with that. The biggest surprise for me is obviously Great Adventure. But hopefully their 2026 coaster is not canceled. I mean, they have not even teased it at all. There's no signs of anything with that project. So I'm really kind of concerned with it right now. Six Flags Over Texas, obviously whenever you invest in a giga dive for a park, which by the way, that giga dive was supposed to go to Carowinds, back to my comment about the park management, the last second it got shifted over to the Texas park. But Over Texas has a prime future. I'm so excited. I don't know if there's any park out there that's going to benefit more the Legacy Six Flags and Over Texas from this merger. I'm really ecstatic for what they're going to do with it. A park that I'm kind of shocked about is Six Flags Over Georgia. I've always liked this park. I think it's one of the hidden gems of the chain. I mean, again, Atlanta's a major market. So I'm really intrigued by it. They have to get their new Intamin, Georgia, a surfer coaster, whatever the heck it's called, the Gold Rush or whatever it is. They just changed the name of it. That's been down for a while now. They need to get that running and start investing in a major ride there. That park could really benefit from a major 3-train operation coaster, whether it's a dive, whether it's a multi-launch, something, because every ride there, major rides offer 2-train ops. And if they want to increase the attendance at that park, then that's one way to do it, of course. And then Fiesta Texas. Fiesta is phenomenal. That park is just a different breed. Love what I'm seeing out of that park. Really excited for the future. They could definitely benefit from a hypercoaster. I mean, just imagine a B&M hypercoaster playing off the rock quarry wall. Like, come on. Built in between Superman and Rattler somewhere maybe. I don't know. But like, oh my gosh. That would be really, really cool. So this list, you know, it's all major metros. LA, Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, Dallas, Fort Worth, Atlanta, and then San Antonio. I am shocked again that Carowinds is not on the list due to Charlotte being a relatively large metro, one of the fastest growing cities here in America. So my hope's still there for Carowinds down the road. But I like this. I think it's bold. I think they're trying to show the investors and everyone else involved that, hey, we're not going to be playing around. And obviously parks like Cedar Point, Kings Island, Kings Dominion, Canada's Wonderland, and even Knott's Berry Farm, they're still going to be getting investments and stuff like that. But I think obviously this is the main focal point of the direction the company's going to be going as far as maybe the larger scale rides, or at least getting these parks up to standards compared to the other ones. So I love what I'm seeing here. And one other thing that's really interesting in this is these are all legacy Six Flags parks. And that tells me that this is the reason why Cedar Fair and Six Flags really wanted to merge together for these parks here. Much like back in the day when the Paramount Parks and the old Cedar Fair just wanted Kings Island. And that's what they wanted. The other parks kind of came with it. What's your thoughts? I mean, are you excited about this? Let me know in the comments. And if you're curious about all my predictions for the Six Flags parks in 2026, be sure to watch the video at the bottom of your screen right here. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.